That was a good one.
Hey everybody! So Fright Fest this year at Six Flags Fiesta Texas is geared up to be one of the best they've ever had, with the announcements of 2 IPs coming in The Conjuring and Stranger Things. With it being a little over a week away, I've decided to throw together a little video with 10 tips and insights that I've gained through going to previous Fright Fest so that you may have a better experience whenever you attend. So tip 0, because this came out today, they are implementing a chaperone policy where anyone under the age of 15 must have a chaperone who is 21 years or older. You can find more information on this policy on either Fiesta Texas Instagram page or probably they'll post it soon to their Facebook page. Tip number 1. Fright Fest at Six Flags Fiesta Texas runs from September 7th to November 3rd on select days, typically just the weekends. And start time is 6 p.m. for houses. 7 p.m. is when scare zones open up. And typically, depending on the day, it'll run till 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tip number 2, so the houses do cost extra. Now, although you can experience the 4 scare zones and 2 scare mazes with just park admission, to experience the 6 houses at Fright Fest this year, you will need a separate ticket. They range from $30 to $50 depending on the night. There's also a bundle with a daytime ticket to Fiesta Texas and the haunts. And for season pass holders, they currently do have the all-season haunt pass on sale for $75, but it will go up in price after Labor Day. And remember, buying online typically is cheaper than waiting to buy at the park. To add on to it, I'm confused on the Prestige and Gold Pass. During FT92, it did state that you have access to all of Fright Fest, and to me that includes houses. But I emailed their guest services about it, and they said no, with this Prestige Pass, you do need to get the all-season pass if you want to experience it throughout the season. If that is incorrect, please put it down in the comments, because that's what I've heard, but I've also seen people say that their support is giving them the wrong information. So number 3, I've kind of already alluded to this. So the scare zones don't become active until after the arrival at 7, but the houses actually do open at 6. Now, this is a good time to go and do some houses if you don't care about the arrival, or if you want to get some houses done before their arrival, which is what I did last year for some of my videos. And this is probably when you'll find the lowest wait times for the houses. Probably with The Conjuring and Stranger Things, you'll probably still have to wait a little bit, especially since The Conjuring is located right next to the arrival. So number 4 is Saturdays are going to be the busiest times. So we hardly go on a Saturday. And if we do, it is typically early in the season when the crowds aren't that bad. But do expect it to be packed with long wait times, especially for The Conjuring and Stranger Things. I found that Friday and Saturdays are your best bet for low crowds, but even then, kind of the later it goes, the more crowded it gets. And number 5, express passes. Although last year I really didn't need an express pass as the lines were short whenever I went, it wouldn't be a bad idea to think about it this year. There is a bundle with a daytime ticket and a haunt pass with the express that is currently going for $115 to $125 depending on the day again. And if I recall, I did inquire about this last year since I had a season haunt pass, and I believe they said that if I just wanted to buy an express pass, it would just be a $20 fee. Now that may just be depending on the day, because that was a Friday, and those may fluctuate depending on what day it is. All right, and number 6, wear sunglasses, especially if you're starting the houses early. Now I say this because the sun typically won't go down until 7:30 at the earliest. So twice last year I did Buried Alive early in the day, didn't wear sunglasses before I went in there. And each time I went in there, I could barely see anything. So wearing sunglasses right before and taking them off right before you go into a house kind of helps your eyes adjust better to the darkness, so you don't run into people and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I ran into a scare actor last year because of that. Number 7 is important. Hydrate. Being in South Texas, it is still going to be hot in September and October, so you will definitely need some water. I typically bring a vapor collapsible bottle with me. They're typically like maybe $10 to $20 on Amazon. And at Fiesta Texas, typically outside of the bathrooms, there is a water fountain that you can put your bottle under, it'll sense it and then start filling it up. Even if you don't bring a bottle, I believe you can go to any of the refill stations, request a cup, and I believe they'll give you one if you just request water and you can fill it up for free. Or you could just bring your bottle over there, tell them you're filling up with water, and they should let you go. So tip number 8, plan to walk. Although this isn't as bad as, say, Halloween Horror Nights, you will still walk quite a bit and probably will wait in line for a few haunts as well. So bring good shoes to walk around in. Number 9, enjoy the shows. Six Flags Fiesta Texas puts on some great shows and they are always worth seeing. It should be possible to catch all of them in one night, but just be sure to plan it out once they release the show times. And number 10, last but not least, respect the scare actors. So the number 1 rule for these types of events is the scare actors will not touch you and you will not touch the scare actors. Now I have had scare actors accidentally bump into me before, and I have even heard one apologize for bumping into someone, which is completely fine. I mean, their job is to scare you. Sometimes they'll get a little close and they might bump you, and it's just gonna be, it's a crowded event, so bumping into people might accidentally happen. So please do not punch, kick, or push the scare actors, as it is their job to scare you. And just some honorable mentions. Kids Boo Fest. Boo Fest is something I've never really gone to, but always looks like it's a blast, but it only takes place during the day before Fright Fest. Also, Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest also runs during the day from September 7th through October 27th, but only on the weekends. The food booths do stay open until an hour before park closing. But I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a like. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching and bye. I guess. Okay. Nothing.